So, hi guys, I hope you're all well, and thought before the next show I would pop on and show you some stuff about Vulcan, about what we're doing with the bot and how it's going at the moment, which, as you all know, as you're probably keeping an eye on the price, it's dropped what, $1,000 in the last 3 weeks, something like that, which hasn't been great, but that's the way it goes. Really quickly wanted to look at the I've lost where I am. Hang on a minute. Where's my thing? Oh, that's my cat, by the way. He's going to be crying all of this because I'm not stroking him while I'm doing this. Wanted to look at some trend analysis here, but I'm on hot, so I'm really going to Bitcoin first to do this, and we'll go back to hot. What's the matter, mate? I'm doing something at the moment. I'll come see you in a minute, okay? Right, so a couple of styles of trading. Make this a bit bigger. I wanted to talk about. And one was sort of long-term, what I would call investment trading. It's probably got a better name than that. And this is where you're looking for some long-term, I mean, on a weak candle here, right? So some long-term investment signals. And then you're buying in, and you're waiting until those signals decline, and you're selling. So effectively, in this example, you would buy in at, I think that was $3,000, was it? Let's just say 4,000. Yeah, something like that, 4.2. And you'd be selling that at, that one would be about 9,000. So you can make like, treble your money, maybe double your money at least. So it'd be a good return on investment. But then you'd have to go quiet. And later on then you could pick up again as the trend appears to start to rise. What happens next is anyone's guess. Some people say it's down, some people say it's up, some people say it's sideways. People just don't know really, do they? Let's be honest. And you can start trading again. So you can take your profits from here, plug them in here, and then dump them, say, here. And over the course of 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you would be able to make probably more money than you would with any other type of investment. Of course, the whole market could crash, you'd lose everything, but that's the risk with crypto, isn't it? Vulcan doesn't do that, and Vulcan doesn't use MACD, by the way. I have to be very clear. What Vulcan tries to do, and if we keep this on the screen, it would really help, just make it smaller, is it will start trading around here. This is the Vulcan swing strat-ish swing strat. It's not really a true swing strategy, but it'll come up, and what it's trying to do is not just hold the position, but trade, and it's trying to trade really within the candle, and especially trade the candle wick. So it'll chase the price all the way up the candle, get to the top of the wick. When it comes back down, TSL fires and it makes profit. Especially when on this wick, when it went up to 14, I think it was 14 roughly, yeah. And as the price came down, it sold. Did the same there, did the same there. Did it do the same there? Yes, I think it did. Didn't do anything there. Did that one, and then it stopped trading in August. Well, that strategy stopped trading in August. And just went, you know something, just leave it. And then it started trading again here, and it's been following this up for the last couple of weeks. It's stopped at the moment because it's not sure what's going on with the market. The other type of trading that people do a lot with bots is sniping or scalping. I'm trying to look at that. It's not my favourite way of doing it, and it's too noisy. So looking at a 15-minute candle, the scalper's favourite maybe. What we're trying to do here is make, I don't know, 0.5%, 0.8% when you get these little sort of rises. Here, for example, here, maybe here. The problem is you're really trying to make a very small amount of profit, and then you're trying to sell that on the market. And if you go for a rapid, small volume, say 1 or 2% per position of your total portfolio, and you're scalping at 0.5% or even 0.8%, and then you're trying to dump that on the market, you are subject to spread. And let's talk about spread, because that's really, really important. So when you're using paper or you're using the backtesting tool, there is no spread. The reason there's no spread is there's no order book. And this is the order book here if you're not familiar with it. So these are the people buying, these are the people selling, and that's currently sort of the current price. Which is kind of irrelevant really, because if nobody's selling, then you can't actually buy, and likewise. So Bitcoin is really quite frenetic, as you can see. I mean, it's going, people are buying, selling all the time, and you don't really suffer from something called spread. When the spread is basically when you're trying to sell a position, and it will start fulfilling these, or if you try to buy a position, it will start trying to go down here to get you the order, rather than a limit order where you're saying just buy or sell at this particular price. There are certain coins, and I had it at the start there, because I was looking at it earlier, the HOT, for example. And if you could actually get the order books to work on HOT, you could make an absolute fortune, but you can't. And the problem is, I need that Bitcoin actually, rather than dollar. Oh, really? Really that pedantic tonight? And this is the problem with the Bitcoin and HOT. So at the moment, the price is 8, and there are people, around about 79 Bitcoins worth of people, trying to sell it at 8, but no one's buying. Okay, there's a couple of brave fools down here, but nobody's really buying at 8. They're all waiting at 7. That's 177 Bitcoins worth of weight at 7. So on paper, you could write a strategy to trade HOT, and you could turn 1 Bitcoin into, I don't know, 5 Bitcoins in a day. But because it has to go to the order books on live, it just wouldn't work. So when you're doing your testing on PaperBot, or you're doing back testing, you really need to avoid these low volume coins. There's about 20 of them maybe, normally picked up on the price. So if the price is like really, really small satoshis, then yeah, maybe stay away from it. Really also wanted quickly to, nice one Malay, talk about the bot, which I've now completely lost. Let me see if I find the bot. Yeah, bot. There it is. Talk about the bot because there's not been a version released of the bot for quite a while now. I'm running version 0.9419, which was updated, I think it was this week. And it had some really, really good features in it. And I just thought really it might be worth just having a quick look at some of them, at least from the top level. Great. Looking to talk about that. So, again, this is paper, yeah, so this isn't real. This is me testing this kind of 30-minute trading piece. On the config screen, triggers. Yay, we've got triggers. We do have triggers, and that is really cool. The devs are working massively hard in the background. Triggers is a very large, complicated area. We've got timers at the moment, and we've got change strategies, stop buying, start buying, that sort of stuff. But they're working on that, and we're going to have a lot more functionality coming shortly, which is really good. Stuff into strategies, so a couple of new indicators, or no, not indicators, general settings, I suppose. After sell cooldown, which is a new thing, so you can say sell this coin and wait an hour before you buy it again, which is different to the after loss cooldown, but works in the same way. There are some new indicators, so we've got candle color, for example, and candle change. So you can say only buy if the candle is green, and you can also say well only buy if the candle is green and the candle has risen by 1%, or sell if the candle is red and it's dropped by 1%. A couple of other little bits and bobs down there, but nothing too important to worry about. The rest of that is pretty much the same, but there's been a lot of work going on in the background, absolutely tons of it. My positions, great. You could have been green for this video, right? You could have just like been green, but no, it's all red. All the sells we've been doing, this strategy uses strategy closes, it uses take profit, and it uses trading stop loss, TSL. Why not? It's 3 ways out, well, apart from shorting, of course, but doesn't use shorting. But there are ways to different ways to get out of a position. Some of these zeros would be of concern in the live So I'd have to have a look at what's going on there exactly. But the strategies are normally dumping out because the coin is not going to perform as we want. Really nice thing is the coin statistics. So we can now look at all the coins we've been processing or trading with against that base, and the total number, so 53, our average profit of 0.67, and our average hold time, which is 34 minutes, and then we can see how we've sold those. And then we can pick out the coins that are causing a loss, so we could say, well, we don't want to do HC anymore, that's fine. We don't want to do one, we actually definitely don't want to do one. We don't want to do ONT, we don't want to do RVN, and we don't want to do XMR. You can change those in the coin selector, as you're probably aware. If not, you just do it via the config screen. You click on the coins, and then you can add them in here to the blacklist, or you can just simply untick them here and save it. That's entirely up to you, really. That's about the new stuff, really. Back testing, of course, if you use that, again, be wary of the order books, and be wary that back testing only does full candles, it does not do partials, where paper will do partials. So you can cover both angles, I suppose, but you can test back testing on paper, so you could test the strategy with partials or without, but obviously you can't get the time span unless you're back testing. So that's kind of what I really wanted to talk about. It was only really as a quick intro, again, to the style of trading of Vulcan, which is sort of swing, but it's swing with a TSL on a weekly candle or daily candle, depending on what I'm choosing at the time. Never anything less than a daily candle, though. Working on a new one for 30 minutes, which is proving a little bit challenging. And yeah, so we'll just be looking at this as we go forward and seeing how we're getting on. Hopefully, these strategies that I'm talking about and these features are going to be available to everyone pretty soon. We're really, really hard at working on some strats. The problem is, for reasons I've talked about, I suppose, in this video, is the fact that you can't always predict how a strat will happen or work on the live exchange, even if you backtested it and even if you've done it on PaperBot. Especially in the faster candles and ones with low order books or short order books or whatever you want to call that, like hot. So we have to test these strategies not only on backtesting, not only on paper, but someone, and I've done it, has to put some money, put it on the live exchange and actually run the strat for a little while. The development time of that strat is absolutely immense, and it takes a lot of effort. A lot of effort from the strat designers, a lot of effort from the strat testers, but hopefully we'll be able to get some of you guys involved in all that in the very near future. So that's it, I'm going to go. Hopefully see everybody Sunday. My cat is meowing in the background again. For the live show, if you need anything before then, let me know. If you've got any questions you want to ask or you want to talk about certain subjects on Sunday, please post in the comments, and I'll see what we can do. So other than that, have a good week, and we'll see you all later.